You know what you're listening to?
Next question.
It's Dan Patrick on Demand. Thank you. Here's Dan Patrick.
Also, Matthew Perry, formerly of the show Friends. He has a show out now called Mr. Sunshine. He'll join us in 20 minutes. He plays, he runs a sports arena, a second-rate sports arena in San Diego. So we'll talk to Matthew Perry. He's the star of Mr. Sunshine. He's Matthew Perry back on the show. Matthew, how are you?
I'm very well. Pleasure to be on your show. I'm a big fan.
Well, thank you, Matthew. We have some problems with the Danettes tonight because we're walking the red carpet. The movie Just Go With It. You've done this before. If you could help us, maybe give them some guidance on what to do and not to do, that would be nice.
I think are you talking about like if you actually have to deal with like how to approach Jennifer Aniston or just red carpet advice?
Well, I told the guys they are not allowed to approach Jennifer Aniston or Nicole Kidman. They are not allowed to. So now they're just walking to act as if they're somebody important. How do they get attention for Access Hollywood or Entertainment Tonight?
I think that's really what you do. You just sort of pretend that you're very important and have one of them, with no explanation, have their pants around their ankles. That's what I would do.
Okay. By the way, when do you know if Aniston is hitting on you? Because being on the movie set, you know what, I wasn't sure.
I'm not sure either.
She ignored you too?
Well, I wouldn't say ignored. But I don't think if she was hitting on me, I didn't notice. But we only spent 10 years together.
So you didn't get a good read on her?
No.
She was great. She's a lot of fun to be around.
And, she was fantastic.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun and a good kisser.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So tell me about the new show.
Well, the new show is called Mr. Sunshine, and it takes place at a entertainment arena, sort of akin to Madison Square Garden, Staples Center type place, and I play the general manager of the place. So I run what's called the Sunshine Center. So that's why the show is called Mr. Sunshine. It's an ironic title because I'm a character that's a little grumpy and has sort of been rather solipsistic and only thought about himself his whole life until the first episode, where he decides, I think life might be better for me if I were nicer to people.
So you're playing yourself, is what you're saying?
I'm playing sort of an amped-up version of myself.
Wednesday night on ABC, Mr. Sunshine at 9:30. We're talking to Matthew Perry. Any sports cameos with the show?
I'm very proud to say that Jimmy Connors.
Oh.
Jimmy Connors has a good role in the show. That's the beauty of creating a television show is you get to at least ask whoever you want to be on it.
Well,
so,
you have a tennis...
We had an episode where we did the celebrity tennis episode at the Sunshine Center, and we asked Jimmy Connors, and he said yes. And that was sort of a dream come true for me because I was a tennis player, and I had the same haircut and sort of form my image on Jimmy Connors and try to be very attitude-y and tough, but I weighed about 26 pounds.
The best player you played against when you were actually playing really well, competitive tennis, was who? Anybody we would know?
No.
Okay.
No. The best tennis player I've played against is probably either John McEnroe or Jimmy Connors. How
did you fare?
I fared all right. I was very fortunate at Wimbledon. I got to play with John McEnroe at Wimbledon. He asked to interview me for his show, and I said yes if you'd play a set with me. And he beat me 6-love, but he agreed to say on the show that he beat me 6-1.
Did he yell at you?
He did not, but he sort of took it seriously. Like, I remember I was, of course, really losing, and I hit a serve that, looked like an ace, and he called it a net. And I was like, dude, you're John McEnroe. There's people watching. Give me something.
But do you act that way when athletes try to act where you try to dominate them like McEnroe did you in tennis?
Well, that was sort of funny because I had to, at a certain points, give Jimmy Connors a couple of notes.
Like?
Well, like maybe if you said this way, it would be funnier, or, just acting notes. And it was a very surreal thing, and he was a great sport about it, and a great guy. And then we had the very surreal life imitating art thing happen, where a week later, he asked me to play in a real celebrity tennis charity event with him, and so I did that, and now we've become best friends.
Did you see the Justin Bieber story? I guess, or did you reveal that he uses your name from Friends as his alias, or he used to?
Yeah, I saw that in the paper and talked about it on Ellen, and it's flattering, and yet it makes me feel very old somehow.
Well, you're sort of old compared to him.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 41, you know.
What kind of aliases do you use? Have you used?
Very good question. I usually don't really need an alias anymore. Although I suppose if things go very well for Mr. Sunshine, I may need one again. But I always used Al V. Singer
From radio days?
from Annie Hall.
Annie Hall. Oh, okay, there you go. I knew it was a Woody Allen movie, but
Al V. Singer.
Al
I
V.
used,
Singer.
and I also would use Phil Shabano, which is the guy who got the promotion that Albert Brooks wanted in Lost in America.
That's pretty deep there, Matthew.
That's not bad. That's the type of thing you would do.
But is your show alias worthy? Is that what you're saying right now? Is that the best way to sell this show?
Well, one can only hope.
Is there going to be a Friends movie?
I don't think so.
Has there been talk?
No.
Would you want to start it?
There's been a ton of talk in the press about it, but there's been absolutely zero talk about actually doing one.
Okay. Well, we can start the rumor unless you're... How about we just call it Old Friends?
Well, see, that's, you don't want that.
Is there...
Friends that don't look as good as they did before.
Do I need to lobby for a cameo on Mr. Sunshine, or is it just assumed?
No, we'd love to have you come on. Would you like to come on?
Am I a love interest for Alice and Janney, or what would you like for me to be?
Well, you could do whatever you want, really. As I said, I'm a fan, so you could do whatever you want. We've had Smurfs on Ice. You could be Papa Smurf.
Okay.
We've had lingerie football.
Hello.
Dog shows.
You know
so
what?
You could be like a dog trainer, a very funny, dry dog trainer.
I'm there for you if you need me.
All right. Well, that's very good to know.
Tomorrow night, ABC, 9:30, Mr. Sunshine, Matthew Perry. Good to visit with you. Thanks for joining us, Matthew.
Thank you, Dan Patrick.
All right. That's Matthew Perry.